Okay, so we're going to talk about double bar graphs. And I know you're very good at bar graphs. You've done bunches of them for a long time. And I don't know if you've done double bar graphs, but I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to see what they look like and how they can be used. So let's say, for instance, and I'm going to stick with ice cream because I love ice cream, that I asked the class which do you like better, vanilla or chocolate? Okay, so it winds up that 15 people in the class like vanilla, and I'm gonna get that all in there, right? 15, and there's 40 kids in the class, and 25 like chocolate. Chocolate's obviously more popular. Okay, so there we go. So I have that. And you know what? So I find out that there's 15 kids who like vanilla and 25 kids who like chocolate. Okay, but I want to get a little more specific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, is there a difference between boys and girls and in what they like? Okay, so this is how I can use a double bar graph to take the data I have and separate it into an even more specific comparison. So out of the 15 students who like vanilla, 5 are girls and 10 are boys. And there's my 15. Okay, and so now I look at the chocolate, and it turns out that there are 10 girls who like chocolate out of the 25, and there are 15 boys. And so now what I've done is I've made a double bar graph. So the yellow, okay, is the boys, and the green is the girls. So now I not only know how many people in the class like vanilla, I know if most of them are girls or most of them are boys. Now, since there must be more boys in the class because I have 15 and 10, so I have 25 boys, and I have 15 girls, so there are more boys anyway. But that's how you would use a double bar graph. And what you're going to do is you're going to make one double bar graph. In the frequency table and the pie charts are going to be 2. You're going to make a separate one for each of the questions. But with the question for the double bar graphs, you're going to put both of the questions, the data, on one double bar graph. So one bar would be for the amount of time you spend on math homework, and the other bar would be for what the amount of time you spent on homework altogether. And so those would be the 2 bars, and you would have those for each of the amount of time, which would be on the bottom. So to be clear, when you do the one for the lab, I just want to make sure this down here is the topic. This is the choices. This is the choices. Okay, that's the choices. What were my choices? That goes there. And here goes the number of responses. Okay, so just to be clear, that's how the axes will be labeled. So the number of people, that chose it would be on the Y, and the different choices in the survey would be on the x-axis. And then each bar would be for the choices in that particular hour. Like less than an hour, 1 to 2 hours. Those are the choices. So that would go on the x-axis. Okay, good job.